Hello!
All right, 3.1, inequalities and their graphs.
Grab those notes and be ready to start.
You
Our
got it.
objective today, to write, graph, and identify solutions of inequalities. So you will
got
be able to do all three of those things by the time you finish this video.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, number one, we're going to write inequalities. First part of our objective. What inequality represents the verbal expression? So let's look at A. Hey, how'd you get those to show up?
I don't know, it just did.
Awesome. A, all real numbers x that are less than or equal to 5. So I know what that symbol looks like. Less than or equal to, it looks like an L with the little line underneath it saying equal to. And I want that to be, I want x to be less than or equal to those.
Okay, so if it was less than, then that would probably go on the smaller side. And then 5 would be the bigger?
Yep. Let's uncover and see if we got it. Holla!
Rock on.
Can you guys hear the rain? It's raining really hard.
Do-do-do-do-do.
That's Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Okay, B, 4 less than a number, y, is greater than 10. So now we're putting all sorts of stuff together. Going back to chapter 1. So 4 less than a number, y, is greater than 10. So we're going to do 4 less than, which tells me I'm subtracting 4.
Yes, because if it says less than, then you put the number behind the subtraction sign. So 4 is less than
Y.
a number y.
But all of that is greater than 10. So
All of that is greater than
yes.
10. So as long as this is open towards the other side.
But actually what you've written is 10 is less than y minus 4. So wouldn't it be y minus 4 is greater than 10? It's the same thing, but based on the words, I'm wondering if we need to do it that way.
I concur.
But either way, it still makes it true.
Right, right. And so this is, guys, this is a really hard one because we're using less than here and then greater than. So how do you really know the difference? You just have to break it down in your...
Yeah, you got to break down the first part versus the second part.
So 4 less than a number y, all of that is married together. So
is, yeah, and then is greater than.
Right, so is representing our equal sign, but in this case we're dealing with inequalities.
So there you go. All right, so now we're going to identify solutions of these situations by evaluating. So we're basically going to solve the same way we've been doing, but instead of that...
Is this a plug and chug?
It is!
Plug and chug, folks. We love that. Okay, so write that down.
But instead of our equal sign, we've got the inequality sign. So, same song and dance, friends.
So you rewrite this.
But instead of putting x,
plug in the 4.
Plug.
Minus 2, negative 1.
And now we chug.
Okay. 3 times 4?
12.
Minus 2 is less than negative 1.
Notice how Whit is writing out each step. She's not doing multiple steps in each line. Do that.
Thank you.
She's amazing at math.
I am.
Awesome. Okay. So 10 is greater than negative 1. Well done, a half.
No, it says less than.
Well, that's wrong.
Oh. Oh, I get it. Okay, I get it. So, is each number a solution?
So this is no, because that is not a true statement.
Right.
So that's okay. So
because 10 is greater than negative 1.
Right, but that says less than.
Guys, stick with me. She's going to lead you astray.
No, I just did it right. Okay, so now we're going to plug this negative 3. So 3 times negative 3 minus 2 has to be less than negative 1 for this to be an answer. Okay, yes, sometimes it does that.
I know.
So first step, oh man, are we on our heads? Probably not yet. Okay, 3 times negative 3 is negative 9 minus 2 less than negative 1. Negative 9 minus 2 is the same as plus negative 2, so that's negative
9,
11.
10, 11.
Yep, in the negatives. Oh, I think you're on our heads. You think so?
I don't know.
Just move it in case. Okay, so now is this true? Is negative 11 less than negative 1?
If I look at a number line, I know I have 0, negative 1, and negative 11 pops way down. So
yes,
yeah, it's
it
less
is.
than.
So this is yes. It is a solution. Yes, negative 3 is a solution.
There you go.
Cool beans. Okay, number 3. Now we're going to graph the inequality. Okay, we need you to make a little chart.
Yep. Here's our key.
Okay. If you have greater than or less than, you're going to have an open circle. Right? Oh, he's a fun guy.
I know.
If you have greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, you are going to graph using a colored in circle or a closed circle. This is going to make, hopefully you remember this from 7th grade, but if not, this will make more sense in about 3 seconds.
Right.
Okay.
So that is our key. Make sure you know this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we call it open circle or closed circle is how we will reference it.
Mm-hmm. So let's look at this graph. What is the graph of 4 is greater than or equal to b? So one thing that I want to do is I want to have the variable first.
I like the variable first.
Because that way we're going to do some shading too. That way I can shade the direction of the inequality.
Right.
So b is less than or equal to.
So I flip this, I reverse it.
Mm-hmm. Put my thing down, flip it, and reverse
That's
it.
nice.
I know.
Yeah.
I love Missy.
Oh, Missy.
Okay, so now b has to be less than or equal to 4. So I'm going to go to 4, and I'm going to put a circle there.
Open or close.
And then I'm going to color it in because it's equal to, or because 4 is included in the values.
Right.
Of
4 could be our solution.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to shade all the other values that make this statement true. So I know that it can be 3 or 2 or 1 or 0. So I'm going to shade the direction.
Try to stay on the line.
I know. So I try to use like the highlighter or something.
Yeah.
So anyways, you're going to shade the direction that the arrow is pointing. Now,
Oh, folks, real sorry. Keep talking. Ignore this.
tip for you, as you are doing this, if you have the variable first, you may shade the direction the inequality is pointing. If not, you're going to have to actually do some thinking.
Right.
Okay?
So meaning the tip of this is pointing left, so that's the way that you shade.
But you also can actually think and say, okay, what numbers are less than or equal to 4? Well, that's going to be 3 or 2 or blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to shade all of those.
Right. So I like to write it down and say, okay, is 3 less than or equal to 4, or is 5 less than or equal to 4? Well, not 5.
So you know which way to go.
Right.
Cool. Okay. Now, let's do another one. We're going to, again, look at that key that you wrote down.
Okay.
What is the graph of x is less than -3?
Okay, so should I rewrite this first?
Well, it's already written with the x, the variable first. So
Beautiful.
we're good to go.
Okay,
-3 is where I'm going to
-3.
start. So I'm going to do an open circle
got it.
because -3 cannot be included as a solution.
Okay,
And then because my variable is first, I'm going to shade which way the inequality is pointing, or I'm actually going to think about what I'm doing and think about what numbers are less than -3. -4, -5, -6, and so on. So I'm going to shade that portion of the
got
graph. Cool.
okay.
Okay. Now we're going to write the inequality from the graph.
Okay.
All right.
Keep going.
Okay, so let's look. I've got a closed circle at -2, and it's shaded to the left.
Okay,
So I know that this is going to be x is less than, less than or equal to -2.
mm-hmm.
See what they said. Boom. Okay. B, open circle at 1. So I'm going to have x is greater than 1.
That's it, because it's an open circle.
Very good.
Awesome.
Okay.
Real world problems.
Ooh.
I know, it's all right. We have to read.
Okay, number A. You must be at least 4 feet tall to ride this roller coaster. Man,
I was like, you know this. Yeah.
I'm cutting it close.
It's all right.
All right. So what do we do here? So you must be greater than or equal to 4. So,
Right, you can be 4 feet.
yeah, x is you.
Okay,
So you can be 4 feet, and you've got to be bigger
so I can
than
be
4.
bigger
or equal to 4.
4. Got it.
Let h be, H for height.
Okay.
I was using x for me.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Same
Okay.
thing. Okay, speed limit. 35 miles per hour. Okay, so I can go, wait a minute. I was just about to say, so I can go 35 or more.
Which is, we
Wrong.
know. Now we know.
No.
So S is for our speed.
Mhm. And
Okay.
I can go 35 or slower, and then the popos will not get me.
So this way.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
We
35
know
is the
you
most.
can go 10 above and not get a ticket. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the sign.
Right. Officer Falcon will get me if
He
I'm
will.
going any more than that.
He will.
Okay. Concept summary. Again, here's good reminders. You're going to need to go probably back to this particular page tomorrow when we're doing our practice.
Or that key. That'll be real helpful.
Oh,
with
yeah,
that
the key.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And now it's time for lesson check. So
Looks like we're done here.
we'll see you.
On the flip side.
Bye.